Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. For today's video, we have the 2022 Hyundai Elantra Inline. I'm going to show you around the vehicle, then we're going to take for a drive. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications. Let's get into this video, shall we? Starting on the outside of the 2022 Hyundai Elantra Inline, this is your key fob right here, very similar to other Hyundai models. You do have keyless entry for the front door handles. Excuse the plane. Now, also too, you probably saw the introduction. Now, I did do that because I'm getting a new tripod, which is a lot better than the old one, and that one did break. So please be sure to stay tuned for when I get the tripod and everything will go back to normal. But back on the exterior of the Elantra Inline, you can see this one does have more aggressive front and rear bumpers with black trim on the front and rear. This is based on the SEL trim, so it does have halogen headlights, low and high beam, halogen turn signals, and LED daytime running lights. You do have 18-inch rims wrapped in 235 width tires. Inline badging. As I stated just now, it does have keyless entry for the front door handles, and you do have a moonroof up top. This is your window sticker right here, just over $26,000, approaching $27,000. Out rear, you can see the darkened tail lights. They are LEDs. For the running section, halogen brake lights, reverse lights, and turn signals. And for the inline, you do have an aggressive rear diffuser, single exit dual exhaust on the passenger side. There's your backup camera right there. Trunk space is plentiful and is right on par with the Honda Civic 2022 as well. You do also have buttons right here on either side to fold down your rear seats. Let me show you under the hood. Have a 1.6 turbo that does get 28 in the city, 36 on the highway, and 31 combined. 1.6 liter turbo does make 201 horses and 195 pound-foot of torque. You can get it equipped with a 7-speed dual clutch like this one, or a 6-speed manual. The vehicle does weigh 3,062 pounds. Now let me show you guys the interior. I have the seat set for my height. As stated before, my other videos I do sit kind of far back, but as you can see, leg room is pretty good. You do have about 6, I would say, 6 inches of leg room. Headroom, you have about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Some cup holders right here. The seats are cloth back here. You do also have some illumination, halogen lighting right there. Here's a look to the front cabin. Let's go ahead and check out the cockpit of the 22 Elantra inline. Now looking on the inside, you can see this one does have a 2-way lumbar support. The driver's seat is powered. Back support, bottom support. And then you do have your automatic window for the driver. There's like a cloth stitch right here with red stitching. So you can find that it's more sporty. You can see you do have aluminum pedals for the inline. There's your trunk release and your gas tank button right there. Hopping in the inline, you can see on this side you do have your drive modes. So it's kind of like the easy button. Like you remember like how this is easy. So you hit that. And then it has several drive modes. But we'll just hit it regular. So you can see on this side, you have 3 modes: normal, sport, and smart, which is adaptive, which is my favorite. But over here you can control your cluster lighting, brightness, lane keeping assist, and traction. Light controls and wiper controls on this side of the stock. You do have paddle shifters. Down here you have your voice command and your audio functions. Over here, this is your lane keeping assist with steering assist right here. Cruise control. This doesn't have the adaptive cruise like in other Hyundai models. You got to get a higher trim. And then right here, you can control the center screen by toggling this button right here. For your different driver assistance technologies, you can just go back. Light controls, doors, sound, convenience service, and you can also change the theme. So it'll give you like a kind of gradient theme right there, and kind of like a sand dune theme right there. But I prefer to leave it in speed over there on that side. So you do have analog gauges. Now that's one downside to this car. I do wish that it did have the SEO convenience package, like with the digital screens, the 2 digital screens. But that's just a tiny thing, tiny flaw. But looking over here, you do have your 8-inch screen, AM, FM, and Sirius XM radio. Your media right here is when you plug in your phone connection, which I'll show you guys in a minute. A favorite button, seek track, and a setup button right here. Does have your different various vehicle settings. Unfortunately, this doesn't have navigation, but it does come standard with media integration, so I'm going to show you guys how that works. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in the address on the phone and see if it'll connect. See, unfortunately, I'm not able to get it to work, but you can charge your phone and you can use the Apple CarPlay somewhere around here. So hold on one second. Let me see if I can get this to work. But you do have navigation on the higher trim, so I recommend going for that. But let me show you everything else. So down here you do have a single zone automatic climate control, 3-stage heated front seats, and then down here you do have 2 USB ports and a 12-volt, as well as a wireless phone charging port right here. This charges no problem. My iPhone 13. Down here you do have your backup camera. The graphics are pretty good. When you put it in reverse, you do get distance lines. There is a covering on the screen right now, so that's why it's not like the best of quality. A nice manual parking brake. 2 cup holders, which are kind of small, as well as some more storage down here. Up here you do have a nice mirror with illumination. Unfortunately, it's not LEDs. And you do have a moonroof, so you can powerfully open or tilt it. Of course, you do have Blue Link, SOS, and all the different telematic systems. And you do have visors right here with mirrors. It also is illuminated. So yeah, let's go ahead and take the 22 Elantra inline for a drive. Alright, setting off in the 2022 Hyundai Elantra inline. We're going to try out the turning radius. As you can see, it literally turns like on a dime. Despite the Elantra actually getting bigger for this generation, which debuted for 2021, the turning radius is pretty good. Now we are starting out in Smart Mode, which of course is adaptive, which honestly I think is my favorite mode for all of these new cars. Because I mean, if you just floor it, it'll switch over to Sport automatically, and when you're not going crazy, you can actually let it dial itself back without much intervention. So Smart / normalish mode. One of my biggest gripes with the Hyundai 7-speed dual clutch and 1.6 turbo pairing when I first saw this powertrain was that the dual clutch was terrible. The refinement was not good at all. But I do have to admit though, Hyundai has done a lot better with this generation of the 7-speed dual clutch. Especially if you look like it back when it had the 6-speed dual clutch. That thing was awful. I mean, it shuddered, it shaked. But this 7-speed is a lot more smoother, more refined. So right around 42 is about top gear. 42, 41 miles an hour. So this is about $26,000 as equipped, or more closely to $27,000. And I do have to say though, this competes like directly head on with like a Civic Si, which honestly, I think Honda does a better job with their manual versus Hyundai's. I've just heard a lot of good things about their manual, but the inline is pretty good, but it does miss a couple of features that I would have liked to see, like the digital screen, which I think really bring that value quotient home and right to the point. But the ride though is just smooth. And the benefit to this car versus a SI is that you actually do have an option for automatic. But you do have to admit though, the pedigree of the SI demands like manual only versus this where it's trying to make a compromise to get more sales. You can feel the dual clutchiness a little bit right there. But I mean, this car just goes about its business, no problem. And honestly, this transmission isn't too far behind like a VW or Audi group dual clutch. It's a very good tuned dual clutch. Definitely will get a solid B in my rating. Of course, the A+ would be the 8-speed like my Veloster N or any of the other N's or the Sonata N-line. Those applications, that's like a perfect dual clutch. But you do hear a little bit more tire noise than in the last Civic that I drove. But I do have to say though, this transmission is just way better than like any CVT or even Hyundai's IVT, which it's not bad. I've driven that recently, or actually today, and I do have to say it is a good transmission, but there's nothing like having a good automatic. or DCT that's sorted out. We're gonna go ahead and hit the back road and see how sporty the Elantra N line really is. And of course, we have to go into sport mode. Let's give it a little kick, just a little bit. Now right there, I did have the sunroof open so you could really hear the exhaust. It does make a little bit of crackles and pops. A little burp on the upshift. But you know we gotta try an acceleration real quick. And turn off traction, sport mode, as well as sport transmission mode. And we'll just give it a little gas. That wasn't bad. That was about maybe 6 seconds for acceleration right there. This thing's like a little pocket rocket. Just enough power not to get you in trouble. Wow. You get little burps on the upshift, and the 7-speed dual clutch is ready for the next shift. It's just as good in manual mode as it is in its sport automatic mode. So let's say you're just cruising, do like 35 in Florida. And you can really feel the 195 pound-foot of torque. Downshifts aren't bad either. Now, honestly, I was surprised we didn't get no wheel spin or nothing. But I'm gonna try brake torquing this time just to see if we can get better. See, it did take the dual clutch a minute to get going when you brake torqued it. But overall, it's just not bad. It's a nice car to get you from point A to point B. A little bit of sportiness. And this lava orange paint, which I forgot to mention earlier, is just magnificent with the black mirrors. Got balance, all right. Oh yeah, she's got balance. Leave it in automatic. Thing is just phenomenal. Nice little burble. Brakes are confident. turning is great. Wow. And just like that, we are back. Wow. What are my conclusions on this car? One, I honestly like the packaging that you get with this car from the dual clutch. You do have an option, or you can get a manual if you're a more enthusiast driving, or you can get this automatic if you want to have a daily driving commute and you want something that's comfortable. In conclusion, what do I think about the Elantra inline? Now, the inline is pretty good. I mean, it adds a lot of stuff. If you look at the Elantra in range, you'll have a lot more features for your money. This one isn't bad, but it is missing a couple of options that I wish it did have, like the bigger screen or just a little bit nicer interior, like the screens, to add a little bit more integration to the daily use of this car. And of course, like integration with your phone, that was a little hard to get connected. But other than that, the car is not bad. It has a lot of performance for the price. It's a nice little punchy car is what I would call it, where it's enough power not to get you in trouble, but it'll give you enough fun. So you got 6 seconds 0 to 60. You can get kids in the back, put a stroller in the back if you have kids. So I would say it's more the parent who wants to have a little bit of fun and be able to have a nice little package at an affordable price. But I mean, you really do have that Civic Si though, which is just such a good bargain with that manual transmission, very raw. And I actually heard one too, and it sounds great. It has a nice little growl to it and a howl too. But yeah, Hyundai actually did good with the exhaust on that one. But honestly, the Elantra inline is good. You do have lane keeping assist, blind spot assist, steering assist, forward collision warning. That's the whole suite of driver assistance tech. And it does also differentiate itself from the regular Elantra. With the red stitching, you got the more aggressive steering wheel, red accents everywhere, the gauges. It's more of a dynamic option versus, if you look, versus a Elantra SEL. Definitely no doubt I'll pick this over in Elantra SEL. Okay, we're back in smart mode. I honestly can't praise Hyundai enough for how far they came. Came from nothing to something. Ooh. The fuck was that thing? Ooh. Sorry, my bad. Let me edit that out. But Hyundai has definitely came a long way from where it used to be. And I'm excited to see where they go in the future. But the Elantra inline just packs more than enough performance and decent features. Like with other sporty vehicles, I do wish that it did have an option to get in some other stuff, like an upgrade package to add a little bit more niceties. But other than that, I honestly can't complain with the inline. Now, honestly, this is not a luxury car, but other than the soft suede materials right here, everything else is plastic on the interior. But that's all I can say about the 22 Elantra. So guys, this is Chris Mack. We are back at our destination. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. I'll see you guys in the next video. be sure to stay tuned for next week because we got plenty of videos for you guys.